Leaders provide change and movement. Chapter 13. Innovate. Leaders innovate, develop, inspire, long-term view, ask why, what and why, originate, challenge the status quo, and do the right thing. Power with the people. Managers produce order and consistency. They administer, maintain control, short view, ask how and when, initiate, ask the status quo, do things right, and position power over people, not power with people. Leadership is a process whereby an individual influences a group of individuals to achieve a common goal. Process implies it is a transactional event occurring between leaders and followers. Influence is concerned with how the leaders affect followers. Groups is the context in which leadership takes place. Goals direct people towards an objective. Leadership is more than just wielding power and authority.
You think it really hurt?
Yeah. Leadership trait. A physical or personality characteristic that can be used to differentiate leaders from followers. Leadership prototype. Mental representation of traits and behaviors processed by leaders. Honesty, forward-looking, inspiring, etc. An early trait profile found moderate agreement on 5 traits: intelligence, scholarship, task-relevant knowledge, dependability, level of energy and activity, social pattern, and socioeconomic status. Charismatic leadership theory, 1977. Effective leaders are exceptionally self-confident, strongly motivated to attain and assert influence, and have strong convictions on the moral correctness of their beliefs. Revival of trait theory transforms and motivates through at least 4 mechanisms. Changing follower perception of the nature of the work, offering an appealing future vision, developing a deep collective identity among followers, and heightening both individual and collective self-efficacy. Emotional intelligence, EI, is the ability to monitor and control one's emotions and behavior in complex social settings. The group of mental abilities that help people to recognize their own feelings and those of others. Leadership traits associated with EI: self-awareness, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, self-management, moods and emotions don't get in the way, social awareness, read and care about others' emotions, relationship management, enthusiastic, convincing communications that are good at diffusing conflicts. If each of these traits can be learned, are they really traits? No. Research at Ohio State yielded 2 independent dimensions of leader behavior: consideration, creating mutual respect and trust with followers, initiating structure; behavior, that organizes and defines what group members should be doing to maximize output. Michigan University found that identifying 2 styles of leadership: employee-centered and job-centered. Effective leaders tend to have supportive and employee-centered relationships with employees, using groups rather than individual methods of supervision, and set high-performance goals. Fiedler's contingency model. Task-oriented style focuses on accomplishing tasks and goals. Relationship-oriented style focuses on attaining and maintaining good interpersonal relationships. Fiedler's contingency model is the leader effectiveness is contingent upon the appropriate match between the leader's style and degree of which he or she controls the situation. House's path goal theory, derived from expectancy theory, focuses on how leaders influence followers' expectations. Effective leaders enhance employee motivation by clarifying perceptions and work goals, link rewarding to goal attaining, explain how goals and explain how goals and rewards can be achieved. In red, the leadership styles are directive, supportive, participative, achievement-oriented. Leaders can exhibit more than one of these styles. Contingency factors are variables that influence the appropriateness of a leadership style. Two groups of contingency variables: employee characteristics and environmental factors. Practical intelligence: challenging oneself, changing the work environment, finding new work environment. Skills acquired: managing oneself, managing others, managing tasks. Servant leadership focuses on increasing services to others rather than oneself. Practical is the ability to solve everyday problems by utilizing knowledge gained from experience. Leaders who follow the servant leadership serve employees, customers, and community first and foremost. First role is as a servant who inspires trust, masters feedback, emphasizes personal development, articulates goals, knows how to listen, and relies on foresight.